That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. 1 inch, $2. This week, we're going country farmhouse, and between the details of the corbels and the finish, I think we got this. I squared the edges of our 2x4 and cut to 20 inches, and now I'm working on the layout. I'll spare you the full 20 minutes of me going back and forth, then back again, and changing my mind, well, at least one more time, trying to find that perfect place for our heart cut out. But I think I finally got it. Take a ruler, a 1-2-3 block, or whatever your instrument of choice may be, and drop down 2 inches from the top. Square it up and draw a line across. Now draw a line down the middle of the board, about 5 inches to be safe, splitting the board in half, making a cross. Next, I use a 1 1/8 inch spade bit, marking out where I want the holes to be. If my math is correct, it should be 9/16 from the center. One on the left and one on the right. The idea here is we drill 2 holes. They never intersect, barely touch, kissing at their widest points, creating the top of our heart. Now drop down again from the top, 3 3/4 this time. Mark it on the center line. This represents the bottom of the heart. Switching my spade bit out for a Forstner bit, I hit the drill press up and drill 2 holes. You don't need a drill press. You can do it with a hand drill, or even cut the full heart out with nothing more than a coping saw. But I lack the ability to drill straight, and I have a drill press, so I'm going to use it. With the holes done, I replaced the drill press with my scroll saw, another top brand as you can tell. Nothing but the best here. Well, best budget maybe, but honestly, they work for me. I'm not a professional, and in truth, until just recently, I haven't even found the time to make anything more than maybe once or twice a year. But that's going to change. I slipped the blade into the scroll saw, extending the lines from the curves, tracing down to our mark at 3 3/4 inches, and finished the heart. It's not perfect, doesn't have to be. Country farmhouse, farmhouse chic, whatever you want to call it, it has a certain rustic appeal to it, and we'll take advantage of that. Okay, the table saw. The moment I have been dreading since drawing this plan up. If you're using 1x4s, you can skip this step, and I'm truly envious of you. Because if this is going to go bad, it's here. I have this feeling, this sick feeling in my stomach, that when I try to rip this in half, that on the second pass, the blade will catch that little tip of the heart and rip it out. Just like my 5th grade crush did all those years ago. I don't know why, but I can't shake it. And yeah, no sweat. I worried about nothing again. I'll take these to the miter saw and cut them to 16 inches, leaving just under 4 inches left for our ledges. Then meet you at the Wen for sanding. I give it a quick sand here, very quick, removing any of the stamped ink but trying to leave as much of the saw marks as I can. It's only going to add to the patina of the piece. And here we are, the first look at our project, sconces. All we need to do now is make the corbels, those wooden curves under the ledges that act as braces. These are the details we talked about in the intro. Most sconces today have straight cuts, a 45-degree angle. That's a brace, not a corbel. I understand it completely. In days of mass production, easy and repeatable is king. But I think the look we're going for needs something different, something more. And while I'm sure you can make it out of 3/4 inch material, I will not. I ripped our last 4 inches of our 2x4 down to a 1 inch thickness for a fuller look. Does the extra 1/4 inch really make a difference? Probably not. I mean, I don't know, maybe. But I like the thickness, the chunkiness that it brings. And I like the curves, the fact that it's not symmetrical, it's elliptical. And I like the little square edges at the end of the curves. I like it all. I think those details add to it all. Anyways, back at the Wen. We sand the corbels at 120, using the curved section we sneak up on our layout lines, then prepare for the glue up. Assembly is pretty straightforward. Measure up 4 inches from the bottom of the ledge. Glue, pre-drill, and countersink from the back. Pre-drill. Do not nearly split your ledge like I did. For the corbels, we do the same. Center under the ledge, glue, pre-drill, and countersink from the back. There we have it, a matching pair of country farmhouse sconces. This is why I wanted to split a 2x4 instead of going with the 1x4s. Not just the cost, not just because I have a metric poo ton of 2x4 scraps, but because of this. We get a bookend, a matching pair. In truth, if I didn't have the heart cut out, I probably would just stain it. It would be far easier and it would accentuate the bookends. But with the heart cut out, I'm going to try and go full country here, going for a distressed, white-aged look. So now we get to make a mess. And if I fail, remember, at one point, this project looked good. Taking some black acrylic paint diluted with water, I paint the edges, the nooks and the crannies, trying to get a splotchy layer of grime all over it. In theory, the black should soak into the wood and do two things: raise the grain and allow it to show through at the same time, giving a great aged look and feel to it. I'm using an off-brand country white here, left over from some project or the other. Don't go heavy, go light. I use a dry technique, dabbing most of the paint off before actually painting, resulting in a very faint, incomplete layer. On the second coat, I go heavier in the center and fade it towards the edges, even leaving some bare spots. Don't worry too much. We can always sand some of it away if needed at the end. I did go for third coat off camera, and of course, I'm torn on the results. Did I go with too much white? Did I not leave enough distress? I'll let you be the judge of that. So did I succeed? Yeah, just the way I wanted. Would I change anything? Plan-wise, no. I would, however, black water stain the entire piece. The bare spots in the middle left almost a pinkish tinge to it, even after the second coat, forcing me to do a third coat. Will it sell? Yes, look, everything sells. You just might not make any money. But in this case, I think you will. It's quick and it's easy. And judging by the prices on Etsy, with our distress finish and the corbels, I think we could do $48. 24 inches of 2x4 for $48, 1 inch, $2. Thank you again for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Anything and everything, where I succeeded and where I failed. As always, the full cut list is in the description. A link to the plans are there as well. A great way to help support the channel further and to ensure you don't lose that project you hope to make before the next selling season. Until the next time.